All right, guys. Mitch and Lydia here, and we are speaking with Vanessa Willilco, who is one of the people behind a graphic novel that's being put out. It's called Fucking 40. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so the Fucking 40 is a script that was written by Ed Sheminkovich, who was my boyfriend. He wrote it about the worst year of his life, which is 2014, the year of the horse, which is why there is a horse theme throughout. And it was a year filled with disappointments, so broken relationships, creative projects that didn't materialize, and then at the end of that year, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And in his year of recovery, he wrote Fucking 40 to be an inspiration to people who were going through a difficult time, because he had one hell of a year, right? He sadly passed away from pancreatic cancer last year, July 30th. And the whole Chicago comics community knew that he was working on this, and they came together to finish it for him. So we have 100 different artists working on the sequential art for his book, and then we got about 30 other bonus artists who wanted to just do a tribute to Ed.
That's awesome. And I know, like, for me, when I first heard about the project, one of my favorite things about it was how with all these different artists, they all have different styles, but there is one constant. What is that constant?
Exactly. So this was an idea that Tim Seeley, who's one of the contributing artists, came up with very early on, which was that Ed would be drawn as the way Ed drew himself. So everyone would keep everything else in their style, but Ed would always stay Ed. So he gets to kind of travel through about 100 different artists' renditions of his life.
That's awesome.
The response for Ed's project has been incredible. Like, as you said, there's like 130 people that came together for this. How long did it take to get that many people together?
Surprisingly not long at all. Like, again, I keep thinking about, like, Ed passed away less than a year ago. We had all the artists by, he passed at the end of July. We had all the artists by November, I think. Like, we did a call, and it was just everybody, because especially with artists, like, they wanted to work through their feelings somehow, and it's like, okay, we can pour our grief into something that's actually going to produce a legacy for Ed. So this has all been lined up very quickly. Like, basically everyone has finished their assignment already. We're just waiting on one page. So yeah,
that's awesome. And then, like, and you guys are also doing something kind of cool this year, because there are obviously, I mean, with it being, C2E2 being in Chicago and being a part of the Chicago comics community, there are a lot of people here who took part in this project. So how are they helping out this weekend?
Sure. So what's great is that we have flyers at the booth that just has a list of everybody who's here, who's contributed, so we can send them people who are excited about the project, and they all have postcards at their booth, and some people have signs that just say, "Ask me about Ed," and so then they can talk about the project. So we're just trying to do this cross-pollination, just get everybody seeing each other.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how can people find updates on the project?
Yeah, so we're on social media. We can't swear on social media, so it's just FCKING 40, and that is Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and you can find all the updates about the project.
Awesome. And a Kickstarter is coming up?
A Kickstarter's in the works. We were initially hoping to launch right before C2E2, just because of the momentum that was bringing us forward, but we were going to go with a one printer. We actually just got a very generous offer from another printer, so we just decided to pump the brakes a little bit and really evaluate our options so that we can make the Kickstarter as successful as possible.
Awesome. Vanessa, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Of course, thank
you. We definitely look forward to hearing updates.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
And guys, be sure to be checking us out the rest of the weekend for other updates on C2E2. So see ya.